Welcome back to Grand Rapids. Early morning game 2 on deck. Sorry for the less than ideal angle, but you know, we deal with what we deal with. Full lineup today, minus Charlotte Reynolds, reported to be feeling under the weather. Buzzer goes, roughs are on the ice, goalies are set, and it's Spartacats versus NWC, which is a co-op team from the St. Michael's, Albertville area. Riverhawks versus the Spartacats. Tough loss last night, 3-0 loss after 40 brutal shots on net. Spartacats not really able to make it much more than into the double digits, so looking to turn that around for tonight. 17 long minutes on the clock as Oberhammer pushes it back to Anderson, tried to get that up to Getke. NWC not able to get full control as Oberhammer trying to get it along the boards. By that, tipped behind the net, Anderson sends it to the boards for Oberhammer. Oberhammer sends that all the way across to Getke. Getke picks it up, takes it in onside with a nice rush. Trying to bring it back to the center. Shot goes wide behind the net. Bosberg there to pick it up along the boards. Not able to dump it back deep, but McCabe's there. Sends it in. Vivian had not yet gotten back to her blades. Questioning why it was dumped in, but play resumes. Center ice face-off, dropped back to McCabe. McCabe stops short, loses the handle. NWC picks it up, centers it there. Levine able to poke it back behind the net. McCabe picks up again, sends it up the boards. Holman able to poke it up, but not out. NWC sends it on net, or behind the net, rather. Evan Steiner. That one towards net gets picked up there by Bredimus. Bredimus behind, reverses the other direction. Taken away by the Riverhawks. Centering opportunity goes wide. No icing as this goes all the way down the net. Tipped by the Riverhawks who send it to the boards. McCullum tries to pinch. Helps out Evan Thunder there. Carried at the point. That one goes loose to the circles. And then back to neutral ice. Bredimus settles that down. Goes with the boards. Trying to backhand it forward. She loses an edge. And McCabe will have to get it back out into the neutral zone. Onside dump in there by the Riverhawks. McCabe takes it behind her net, sends it to the boards for Ebensteiner. A little bit too hot to handle, but back into neutral ice regardless. McCollum with a nice stick, and Ebensteiner able to take it in and go in onside with Pullman. Ebensteiner pulled it to the center there, but then lost the handle. Bredimus waits for the zone to clear, dumps it over to McCabe, who then backhands it in towards the blue line, but not in. Bredimus sees an opportunity. She's going to seize it. Goes in onside, pulls it to the center. Got Holman rushing in the net as well. Over to Holman, drops it over to absolutely no one. We have it back there. Kelly Bosberg has it, pulls up the boards down deep behind the red line. Nice pinch there by Bosberg, who's trying to keep it safe in the zone. Riverhawks take it behind their net, and they're looking for an outlet and find it, get back through neutral ice. Number 3 makes one miss, sent on net towards the net. Bredimus able to settle it down. And that one hits the side of the net. Bredimus scoops it up, gets it back out to the neutral zone. That one loose for Kelly. Okay, backing her up. Kelly sends it to center ice. Abbott trying to get there. Bosberg as well. That one goes into the skates of Anderson. And Anderson will get that back into neutral ice. Pressure there. As that's sent up to the blue line. Still loose. Back for McCabe. McCabe takes it back out of the zone. Sends that up for Abbott past her stick. And that'll be an icing whistle with 13-18 left in the first period. No shot on goal count this time, which after yesterday maybe is not the worst thing in the world. I would like to know that Spartacats are getting some shots on net. So far, not many to be seen. Most of the play happening down towards the defensive half of the ice. Simons trying to get that over to Ebensteiner. Stuck in some skates. That one goes around for Getke. Getke picks it up, backhands it out for Anderson. Anderson able to get there and put it up the boards. NWC sends it back, brings it in onside, driving to the outside, kept there by Simons. That one sent back behind the net. Anderson looking to get there first for the Cats, get it up ice, and but not out. They had just had a miss at that opportunity at the blue line. Simons back in the corner. Ebensteiner going in to help out. That one's loose, shot on net, goes wide, shot towards net. Getke pulls it off the boards, gets it up. Not going to be far enough for icing as Ebensteiner streaks towards the puck. Back to neutral zone for Anderson. And that's a nice pass over to Ebensteiner. Oberhammer driving the net as well. Ebensteiner not able to get it over to Oberhammer. And now here's a odd rush opportunity down center ice. Shot just went wide. Levine might have had a little bit of lumber on that. Back to the point. Shot through traffic, goes high and wide. Back into the corner, 11:55 left. Back around to Ebensteiner. Ebensteiner picks that up in the corner, trying to send it up the boards. Oberhammer able to get it up to the blue line, but not out. Simons. Centering opportunity gets broken up. And now Redimus able to send that up, not out. Kept in there by the Riverhawks. Back behind the net, first on it was Oberhammer. Oberhammer sends that around Simons. Simons to Ebensteiner. And that one goes back to neutral ice. Loosen some skates. Riverhawks pick it up at the center dot and then send it in deep. Redimus. Send around to Simons. Catches it. Picked up there by Oberhammer. Oberhammer sends it all the way across to Getke. Getke enters the zone on the outside. Trying to drive to the net as Evanson out front. Shot just wide. Nice opportunity there. Getke doing her signature to the top of the crease. Leaves it there. Redimus shot towards the net. Not able to get it all the way through, and that one's going to go back down. Nice opportunity there for the Spartacats. Redimus to McCabe. McCabe sends it up and out. Picked up there by Ebensteiner, who's bumped off the puck. Column helps keep it in. Ebensteiner got Holman rushing the net. Not able to get it up. Pressure there at the blue line. Sent towards the net, but not all the way through. Stick down. Redimus able to help keep it in. McCabe sends it in again. Riverhawks send it into McCullum's stick. And that one gets back behind the red line. Better pressure here coming from the Spartacats as the Riverhawks reverse back the other way and look for a breakout opportunity and find it from number 10. A couple of skaters go down. Bodsberg stays up. Anderson sends that all the way around to McCabe. McCabe to Holman. Holman brings it out. Takes it to the inside, trying to split the D, makes everyone fall. That one goes back down to Anderson, who will have to wait for Holman to get out. Holman to McCabe. McCabe holds up, back to Anderson. Nice play by McCabe, up to Bodsberg. Bodsberg trying to bring to the center, she's bumped off. And now Riverhawks send it down. Anderson again picks it up, over to McCabe. Need to take advantage of a line change here. McCabe gets it around and brings it in. Gabe sends it behind the net. Bodsberg trying to get there, and does. Dropped it from McCullum. McCullum shot towards the net, picked up there in front of the crease by the Riverhawks, and they bring it back through neutral ice. McCabe doing a good job. McCullum as well to keep them from getting too much control. McCabe back to neutral ice. McCullum Line change happening for NWC as McCollum takes it in. Got Bosberg out front. That one gets deflected into the corner. Cave along the boards. Shot right out front. Recovered. Hawks the other way. They're going to get around one. Nice back check here coming from McCabe. Shot and goal. 1-0 Spartacats, NWC. You want to just touch here, press and hold, and then you can do that.
That's all right, ladies. Shake it off.
Puck back down, Anderson. Feeds that over to Evan Steiner. Evan Steiner able to settle it down for Simons. Simons gets it back to neutral ice. And that one dumped in onside. Simons will have to recover. Turns it over to the Hawks out front. Abbott able to get out. 3-on-1 if they had numbers onside. Abbott along the boards, able to kick it forward. Trying to settle it down. That one goes back up. Kept in there by Kelly. Kelly sends it to the boards. No help there for her. And that one back through neutral ice. Down for Simons. Simons sends it up. Riverhawks recover. Sent, blocked by Abbott. Abbott back to the blue line. Kept in by the Riverhawks. Sent through traffic. Directed back behind the net. Simons fighting for it in the corner. Riverhawks able to keep it. Had some space there. Out loose. Levine. Initial recovery and save. Overhammer contested draw. That one goes back behind the net. Radimus sends that up. Loose for Bodsberg. Bodsberg pulls it to the center. She runs into some traffic. Loose here. McCabe sends it up the boards. Getke sends it up. Has her stick lifted, but able to get it to neutral ice. Bodsberg with a nice stick away. Into the zone is Oberhammer. Oberhammer able to dump it deep. Back up the point. Okay, Bradimus not able to pinch. And then McCabe takes it behind the net, or almost did, and now up to Getke. Getke lifts the stick. Taken back in by the Hawks. Centering opportunity gets retrieved there by Bodsberg. Bodsberg steps around one, makes one miss. Takes it in the net. She has pressure. Loose out in front. Maria trying to backhat that in. Loose out there. McCabe drops that for Bredimus. Bredimus sends that back to the boards for McCabe. McCabe over to Getke. Sent in by Oberhammer. McCabe trying to get there first. Riverhawks able to send it back down the ice. Picked up there by Bredimus. Bredimus to the point for McCabe. McCabe not able to get it up to Ebensteiner, and that one's back loose for Bredimus. Bredimus up the ice to Oberhammer. Oberhammer, nice pass. Enters the zone with Ebensteiner. Sent across almost for Getke. Back down the ice. Sent all the way. Icing is the whistle. 5:18 left in the first period. We will have a Zamboni clear after this first period. Riverhawks send that up the boards, kept in there by Miss Anderson. Holman takes it to the center, loses it in her skate, still able to keep it in, but the Hawks able to get it back up to the blue line. But Holman says nope, keeps it in, dumps it deep. That one back up for Anderson again, able to keep it in. Still fighting at the blue line. Ebensteiner almost had a stick on that. Hawks the other way with speed. Anderson defending, pushes it outside. That one shot behind wide. Centering opportunity gets loose. Simons takes it back to the corner. Holman in her happy place along the boards. Nice outlet pass there. Gets it back up to the point and out. Ebensteiner not able to get there first. That one dumped back deep. Finds the stick of Simons. Riverhawks pick it up. Not able to get a shot off. Center. Still trying to find a lane. Poked away by Anderson up to Ebensteiner. Ebensteiner up the boards. Covered there by the Hawks. Hawks bring it to the center. Take McCullum down. Simons with good pressure. That one not able to get centered back to the top of the circle. Shot through traffic. Levine kicks that aside. Center. Paddled away by Levine. McCullum behind the net. Scrum there back in the corner. That one out front. Save Levine. Slides over. Shot through traffic. Tipped out in front and goal. Clear the puck. Come on, girls.
How much you can do in that one? Hold your feet. Yeah, keep your feet.
2-0. End of the first period here. Back down to the boards, Bredimus. Kept in there by the Riverhawks. Not much shot on that, but enough for a centering opportunity. That one trickles behind the net. Riverhawks right out front. Save Levine. Still loose. Levine trying to find a play to cover it. And that one now covered by Levine.
Blue! You got this! Let's go!
Score 2-2. 2-0. They had 2 goals up there. Sent back behind the net. Getke makes one miss. Gets around the outside. Able to pull it in. Kept offside here. And now back loose. Kelly finds help from McCabe. McCabe brings it in, sends it towards the net. That one almost tipped into their own net. 2:44 left in this long 17-minute period. Kelly had a stick on that. Lands back to the stick of Abbott. Abbott not able to sweep it away. Ends up on the for the Riverhawks. Loosen some skates. Riverhawks bring that in on side of the circle. Shot deflected away there by Abbott. Abbott loose out front. That one hits the side of the net. Bredimus takes it to the boards. We've seen this before. Bredimus just needs some space. Brings it to the outside as Ebensteiner out front, not able to pull it to the center. Bredimus tipped out there nicely by Abbott. Abbott wrestling the puck. That one gets loose. Spartacats just dodging a too many men on the ice. Ebensteiner pulls it to the center. Still carries it. Shot goes wide. McCabe behind the net. And McCabe gets to Ebensteiner. Loose. Overhammer. Trying to get pressure on it. McCabe gets a loss in some skates. Anderson gets taken down. That's loose for Bosberg. And the Hawks come back the other way on an odd man rush. Shot kicked to the side by Levine. Just over a minute remaining left in the first period. Overhammer to Ebensteiner. Ebensteiner takes it to the outside, not able to get around one. Overhammer picks it up and dumps it into the zone deep. 50 seconds left, first period. Spartacats still looking for a goal. Briefly kept alive by Overhammer. The Hawks bring it in. Shot hits the side of the net. Anderson to Ebensteiner. Ebensteiner packs it up to Overhammer. Overhammer sends it wide to Bodsberg. Bodsberg able to keep it alive, not send it through. She's trying to pull it to the center still. 13 seconds left. Back down. Simons brings it in. Centers out front. That's going to be your first period. We'll be back after this end on the ice clear. Thanks for joining us. We might go dark, but we'll be back. Ebensteiner about to take a shot. That one gets deflected. Bredimus pulls it to the center. That one goes back out to neutral ice. Hawks able to take it away. Backhand goes wide. Picked up there by McCabe, who sends it back to the blue line. That one bouncing puck goes past the crease. Abbott up to Bredimus. Bredimus with space enters the zone onside. Sends it to the middle. Poked away there by Kelly, or Kelly had that poked away. That one bounces into the bench. Good scoring opportunity there for the Spartacats. 15:57 left in this long period. That one sent high and wide. Gecki will chase in the corner, able to dump it back behind the red line. Overhammer chasing. That one back to the corner again. Up the boards. Anderson. Shot wide, recovered by the Hawks. Kept in there by Anderson just briefly. Back to the blue line and then offside. Overhammer, Gecki, Bodsberg. That one dropped down. Overhammer, a little past the stick of Simons. Simons will take it for a skate behind the net. Send that up. Intercepted there by the Hawks. Hawks bring it in. Get back to the boards. Overhammer sends it. Overhammer and Bodsberg looking for an escape. And here comes Bodsberg, who takes it to the outside. She gets tripped. No call. Overhammer shot. Hits the paddle, sent back behind. That one goes up the boards. Bodsberg sends it back deep. Nice job, Vivian. Hawks. Get it back through neutral ice. Covered there by the Hawks. Send it back through some skates. McCullum sends it back up. Gecky not able to get around one. The Hawks bring it back in. Send a shot, bouncing puck on net. Levine sends it into the corner. Simons reverses back around the net. Reverses back around again and up for Bosberg. Bosberg pulls it to the center. 2-on-1 opportunity developing here. Bosberg brings it in onside. Bosberg's shot sent wide. Hawks send it back up to the blue line, and they're going to have a rush opportunity here. Simons defending. Hawks send a shot. Get it rolled out. Catch the thing. She didn't catch it. It had right there. 3-0 Riverhawks. I thought she had it. Radimus pulls that aside. Hawks trying to backhand that one in, not able to get a shot off. Radimus trying to send it back up, gets it up to McCullum. McCullum gets it out. Hawks dump it back deep. Shot sent through traffic, goes behind the net. Out front, Levine with the save initially. That one at the side of the net. Levine slides over. Redimus not able to get control. That one loose out front, sent back to the boards. Kelly picks that up behind the net, sent over to Holman. Holman sends it back to neutral ice. Hawks waiting to touch up, get it back in deep off the skate of Evan Steiner. Pulls it behind the net, sends it over to McCabe. McCabe settles it down, sends it up the boards. Hawks able to keep it in. Looking for a centering pass, get there. Out front, shot. No one out front to recover. Levine able to get it out, shot, and goal. Get the puck out of zone. Spartacats doing a lot of puck watching. Time it over, puck down for Simons. Simons sends it up the board. That one goes deep. Icing is going to be the whistle. Puck down, sent towards the net. Sticked away. Getke trying to get there first. That one back into zone for Anderson. Anderson sends it all the way across. Intercepted by Hawks. Shot on goal goes wide. Centering opportunity right to the stick of Riverhawks. Almost tipped in there. Hawks not able to tip it in. Back front. Sent back the other way. Anderson reverses. Trying to send that up the boards. Covered there by Kelly. Kelly sends it up to the point. Hawks keep it in and send it deep. Anderson, pressure out front, taken away by Getke. Getke takes away from the boards. Pulls it to the center and has that stripped. Loses the handle. Back down. Anderson going to be first on it. Not able to get it out. Hawks send it back. Top of the circle, shot on goal gets blocked by Simons, and then Spartacats send it all the way down. Nice job by Abbott, not able to get there in time. Puck loose. Bredimus. That one sneaks through the top of the crease. Overhammer. McCabe. Fosberg pulls it to the center. Fosberg enters the zone. Taken away there. Shot goes wide of the net. Bredimus trying to settle it down. Overhammer. That one loose for the Hawks. Cade pushes to the outside. Centering opportunity loose. That one gets taken away. Now Bredimus rushing down the ice. Pulls it to the center. Takes a shot. Passes over to no one. Back up for Overhammer. Overhammer shot through traffic. Deflected back behind the net. Fosberg lost an edge. That one goes around the boards. Ebensteiner able to keep it in. Overhammer sends it back behind the red line. Up the boards. Riverhawks able to get it out. McCabe will get there first. McCabe sends it up into the neutral ice. Tipped ahead by McCabe. Overhammer back to the boards and back to center ice. Here comes Holman. Holman trying to win this foot race. Picks it up. Pulls it to the side. She's bumped off the puck. Rush and recovers. Holman sends it back into mid-ice. Sent back down. Holman picks it up along the boards, sends it up, and here comes Getke. Getke, space and speed. Shot coming from Getke and saves Hawks. Back down on offside.
You got this one right here. Hurry up. Hurry up.
Back down, Anderson sends it back to the boards, trying to get to Abbott. Abbott back to neutral ice. Pass a couple of skates and sticks. Hawks bring it back into the zone. Take a shot on net. Save there, Levine. Back behind the net. Bredimus lost it in her skates. Back up to the blue line. Kept in there by the Hawks. Abbott took a swing on it. That one bounces in. Sticked away there by Levine. Back up to the point. Shot high. Floats in past the net. Bredimus not able to get there. That one gets down deep behind the red line. Back for Bredimus. Bredimus settles it. Pulls it up the boards. Keeps it for herself and takes to the outside with an opportunity there, trying to get over to Abbott. That one back into neutral zone. Hawks take it to the outside. Simons covers. Back behind the net for Kelly. Sends it around the board. Simons trying to get there first. Hawks do instead. That one hits the side of the net. Levine pokes it back away. Centering opportunity. Anderson had her player tied up. That one goes back behind the net. Hawks back behind. Centering opportunity goes back to the point. Dump back deep as well. Point again. Abbott not able to get it out. And that one sent back to neutral ice. Hawks touch up and send it deep. Simons will be first on it for the Cats. Up the boards. Abbott sends it through neutral ice. Sent back in. Bredimus takes it, cuts to center, loses the handle. That one back down for Anderson. Anderson sends across to Simons. Simons sends it up. Recovered there by the Hawks and dump it back deep. 6:51 left in the second period. Sent up to Bodsberg. No one entering the zone with her. Now picked up by Kelly. Kelly sent it wide of the net. Back up to the blue line. Anderson defending. Getke coming back to help as well as McCabe. Anderson keeps to the outside. That one picked up by Getke. Getke pulls it to the center, loses the handle. Back down as well. Oberhammer. Hawks take a shot. That one almost bounces back in. Oberhammer picks it up behind the net. Over to Bodsberg. Bodsberg helps get it out. Pulls it to the center. Bodsberg sends it over to Getke. Pulled in there. Oberhammer sends it on deep. Getke brings it in. Brings it to the center. Oberhammer trying to get a stick on that. Recovered there by the Hawks. Sent deep. Ebensteiner rushes for it in the corner. Helped there by Getke. Getke up and off the glass. 5:25 left. Kept in there by Bodsberg. Bodsberg pulls it to the center. Not able to get a shot off. First stick tied up. Getke, Bodsberg trying to get to Oberhammer. That one back down. One gets around Ebensteiner. Brings it in. Simons with a good back check. Sent in on net. Deflected to the side by Levine. Centering again. Back out front. Oberhammer. Behind the net. Hawks center. Back to the side. Sent back up for Bodsberg. Bodsberg not able to get it out. Bredimus takes it. She has one to beat. Bredimus pulls it to the center. Stops short. Sends one high. Bodsberg on the boards. Sends to Bredimus. Doesn't get there. That one kept in by Simons. Simons sends it behind the red line. McCullum able to get a stick on that. Bredimus behind the net. Bredimus sends that back to the boards. Holman gets there first. Holman settles. Sends it to the point. Simons too hot. Simons up boards. Back down, Simons, Bredimus. Bredimus sends that back into neutral ice. That one loose. Back down for Evan Steiner. Sends that over there, able to take it in. Hawks shot, save Levine. Not able to get a second shot off. That one will go back to neutral ice. Sent back for Bredimus. Bredimus pulls it off the boards. Tries to send it deep. She does. McCullum has Holman out front. Centering opportunity gets deflected aside. Holman forces her player into the middle. That one loose for Simons. Simons turns that over. Hawks bring that in. Push that behind the red line. Nice defensive coverage out front. Cullum sends that to the boards. Oberhammer trying to pull it all. Or Bredimus, I'm sorry. Bredimus sends it up but not out. Bredimus now trying to kick it up ahead to herself. Hawks able to recover. McCullum sends it up and in. Get onside, girls. Ugh.
Here you go, Maria. Go, Blue, right here. In the back of the net. Yeah.
Back down. Kept in there by Kelly. Kelly in the corner. Trying to pull it aside. Hawks able to recover. Some of the boards. Anderson not able to keep it in. But does maintain possession and come back deep into the zone. Kelly. That one goes loose in front of the crease. Hawks send it up the boards. Run into Abbott. Abbott trying to hold it in. Does a good job with some forecheck pressure there. Hawks bring it back the other way. Send it to neutral zone. Anderson brings it in onside. Pulls it to the center. Not able to get it over to Kelly. Kelly picks it up. Working on it along the boards. And center that back out to the Hawks. Hawks bring it on the outside, slow it down, pull it back to the top of the circles, send the shot over. Abbott had a stick on that. Kelly keeps it to the outside. Centers out to Getke. Getke. Oh, come on. Spartacats will go to the box. Power play opportunity here for the Hawks, leading 4-0. Puck's back down. Overhammer sent it back to Evanstein. Evans sent it to Overhammer. Overhammer sends it all the way around the boards. Bosberg trying to get there and does. Bosberg ties her person up. Sent back up to the point. Overhammer able to get it away. Overhammer off the boards. Taking it into the zone. Short-handed opportunity here. That one loose again. McCabe past the stick of Evansteiner. Evansteiner has that stick lifted, taken away. Shot hits the side of the net. Centering opportunity there. Shot saved by Levine. Puck back then, overhammer along the boards. Stick tied up, so not able to get out. Fosberg comes in to help. Kicked back down deep. McCabe to Anderson. Anderson brings it out. Enters the zone onside. Anderson rips one block there by the Hawks. Overhammer recovers. Kick loose up front into the waiting glove of the Hawks.
Good job.
Okay. Push back behind the net. And that'll be the end of the second period. I'm going to change cameras and we'll be right back. Back for third and final period. Spartacats starting on the penalty kill. Abbott, one of her signature dives into the bench. Love it. Oh, I love when she does that. It's so funny. Back down. Hawks bring that in onside. Send that into the skate. And McCabe goes to the corner. Centering opportunity. Shot across the crease. Not able to connect. Ebensteiner to the boards. And that one back out, kept in by the Hawks. Runs on the stick of McCabe. McCabe centers, turns it over. Shot not able to get off. Sent on net. Levine kick to the side. Loose out front. Back up to the top of the slot. Sent in. Taken out by McCollum. McCollum loses the handle there. Back to Holman. Taken away. Ebensteiner takes that up. Takes that around the back of the net. Sends it up to Bredimus, who pulls it off the boards. Bredimus up the boards, but not out. And now Bredimus able to pull it out. Spartacats back to 5-on-5. Bredimus over to Holman. Holman sends it. Shot pass over, gets blocked. Up the boards to McCabe. McCabe sent one through. That one goes all the way behind the net. Bredimus sends it back behind the red line. Pulls it to the center. Hawks not able to clear the zone. Dump back deep in by McCollum. That one taken away. McCollum gets a stick on it. Keeps it in the zone. Down deep. Holman. Hawks able to get it out. Stopped there by Ebensteiner. That one gets loose. That one is sent all the way down. Icing with the whistle. 15:04 left in the third period. Go to the Grand Rapid website. And then the tournaments page. Puck loose, center ice. Anderson picks it up, sends it over to Simons. Too hot. Hawks able to pick that up. Streak towards the net. Shot tried to go 5-hole. We got it covered. Simons sends it all the way around. Abbott trying to pull off the board. Kept in there by the Hawks at the point. Sends it deep. Simons back to the boards. No one there to retrieve. Send across the crease. Getke trying to get there first. Getke does. Pulls it over the boards. Pulls it over the side. Abbott enters the zone. Loses an edge. Hawks the other way. Getke sends it back to the boards. Anderson trying to find Abbott there. That one sent. Block the save. Pushed back to the corner. Green fouls that behind the net. Gecki. Up the boards. Kelly. Kelly through neutral zone. Brings it in onside. That one dumps to the corner. Abbott going after it. Hawks tipped initially there by Gecki. That one sent back to the boards. Anderson not able to help control. That one gets loose for Simons. He's able to get it back out. Hawks re-enter the zone. Send it towards the net. Picked up there by Anderson, who has it poked away. Centering back to the top of the crease, to the top of the slot. That one through, goes wide. Sent back to the other corner. Gecki going after it. Side of the net, still loose. Spartacats send it to the board. Abbott. Sends it onside briefly. That one back loose again. Sent down in. Kelly back to the center dot. Covered there by the Hawks. Entering the zone onside. Send that behind the net. 12:33 left in the third period. McCabe sends it up the boards. Bosberg able to get it out. Gecki able to get up there and brings it on the zone. Has pressure both front and back. Gets it into the corner. Back behind the net. Gecki sends it over to Ebensteiner. Ebensteiner not able to get a shot off. Bouncing puck goes up, loose in the slot. Pass over to the boards from McCabe. Bredimus to McCabe. McCabe sends it back up to Oberhammer. Oberhammer rips. That one bounces wide behind the net. Bredimus able to get there first. Pulls it off the boards. Looking to an airtime to Oberhammer. Oberhammer backhands it towards the goal. Taken away there by the Hawks. 11:38 left. Shots are (33-11). That one loose. Oberhammer. Dodsberg shot on goal. Loose up front. Save there. That puck was not covered. It was right in front of her pad. (33-12). Shots on goal. Oberhammer at the draw. Back for Bosberg. Poked it back towards the net. Covered by the Hawks. Bredimus puts pressure behind the net. Makes them send it to the boards. McCabe trying to pinch there. That one sent through neutral ice. All the way down. No icing whistle. Who did? I thought I went past the red line first. Back down. Was that tipped in by us or no? Was that tipped in by us or no? 5-0. Kept in there by McCullum, Holman, and Gecki out front. Simon keeps it in, sends it in on net, deflected behind by the Hawks. Hawks send that back to the boards. Not able to be kept in there by Anderson. Anderson has a stick on it, trying to get it back in. Holman able to pick it up, get it into the zone just briefly and back out. Holman not able to dump it in. Simons sends it across to Gecki. Gecki enters the zone, pulls it to the side. Shot behind the net. Holman settles it. Tried to get it back towards the slot. Hawks the other direction. Trying to take advantage of a line change. Hawks to the side, shot on net, deflected by Levine with a save. Redimus pulls it down, looking for space, able to get to neutral zone and out. Holman skating after it. That one dumped in. Offside is the whistle. Puck back down off the ref. Hits Simon's stick. Centers that to the top of the crease. Shot through traffic. Save Levine. Sends it behind the net. Scrum behind. Centering opportunity goes through. Back behind the net again. Redimus back to the boards. Kelly able to send it back through the neutral zone. Abbott trying to apply pressure. Abbott with a nice forecheck. Kept in there by Kelly. Back neutral zone for Simons. Simons dumps it into the boards. Down deep. Hawks looking to bring it on the outside. Covered there by Anderson. Hawks giving these up. Shot goes behind the net. 8:51 left. Back to the top of the circles. Recovered there by Simons. Simons brings it to the center. And she's off to the races. Tried to keep it on the outside. Up the boards. Enters the zone. Has Abbott there in the center as well. Taken away by the Hawks. Hawks around one. Back down for Simons. Simons sends it across. Bradimus going off for a change. Now back to the blue line. Kept out. Now back in for the Hawks. Hawks. Sharp angle pass. Trying to get there. Pass fanned on there. Gecki not able to get a stick on it. Now she does. Back to the neutral zone. Gecki tried to lift the stick there. Couple fall down. Hawks bring it back in. Stop short. Shot on net goes. Hits the side of the net from the initial one. Back to the boards. Oberhammer. Nice pass over to Gecki. Gecki has Bosberg behind her. Gecki keeps it to the outside. Drives. Shot. Deflected. Bosberg. Still loose. Oberhammer. Back to the point. Ebensteiner. Shot. Into the slot. Still loose. Back loose. That one goes past the net. No icing. Okay. Sent back to the boards. Oberhammer. Picked up again by Bosberg. Bosberg brings it in. Brings it to the center. Bosberg not able to get a shot off. Runs into traffic. No help. Back loose. Cabe keeps it in. Cabe passes it to some skates. Fans on the shot. Kellum sends it back. Ebensteiner not able to get it. Gecki tried to send that around behind the net. That one gets loose for Bosberg. Bosberg lost on retreat. Sends it back to the boards. Hawks recover. That one back loose. Sent back in offside. Centered out face off for the offside whistle. .6:23 left. Contested draw goes back down into the defensive zone, all the way down, icing the whistle. 6:13 left in the third period. Kept in there by Simons. Simons shot through skates, flexed into the corner. Holman applying pressure. Hawks send it all the way around. Bredimus there first for the Spartacats. Bredimus able to settle down but not control. Hawks back into neutral ice. Simons gets it back out off his skate. Bredimus picks it up along the boards, trying to send it in deep, and does. Centering pass, a little past the stick of Holman. Kept in almost by Anderson. McCullum brings it back in onside. McCullum trying to send it up. Has her stick held for a second, no call. Holman behind the net, kept in there by Simons. Simons not able to get a full shot off. Top of the circles, back down into neutral ice. Hawks take it around, not able to get through Simons. Holman picks it up, sends it up the boards, and back in the zone. 5:07 left. Holman with good pressure, picked up there by McCullum. McCullum send that in on net. Holman fighting for it, not able to get to it. Simons sells it down. Simons sends it in. She was right on the red line. Icing whistle, 4:50 left in the third. Shot off the draw, saved by Levine. Gecki sends it up to the blue line and out. Sent back in offside. Why is that not center? Back down. Hawks able to control. Get it back in the zone. Sent in on net. Deflected aside by Levine. She didn't have her stick up. There's no way. Her stick was down. It's not a cross check. I mean, you gotta go anyway, but. No way was that a cross check. Maybe a trip, but. Centering opportunity there. Cade puts it behind the net. Loose. Shot, fanned on, overhammer, sends it up to Bosberg. Bosberg, neutral ice, has one to miss, brings it to the center. Hawks take that away. Pull it back to the center. Evan Steiner sends it up to Overhammer. Overhammer passed over to Bosberg. Bosberg had tried to pull it to the center, but loses the handle. 2-on-2 here coming back. Power play opportunity here into the crease, back into the corner. Back up to the point. Shot through. Save Levine. Back up to the point. Bosberg able to help get it out. And then that one goes in offside. 3:22 left. 5-0. Bucks back down. McCabe. Sent in. Kept in by the Hawks. Behind the net is McCabe. McCabe sends that around. Intercepted by the Hawks, but now back over for Holman. Holman sends it up to neutral ice. Sent back down behind the net. 2:58 left, sent back to the boards. Holman able to get there, not able to get it out. Top of the circle, sent in, recovered by McCullum. McCullum gets it up, not out. Back down, shot sent wide. McCabe, 2:42 left. That one gets back out. Offside is the whistle. Puck's back down. Hawks bring it in. Shot sent wide. Off the board, sent back to the point. Shot through traffic, tipped in. Gotta cover her. Puck down. Hawks send it into the boards. Re-enter the zone onside. Sending opportunity taken away. Hawks recover, send it back up to the point. Through traffic. Loose behind the puck, behind the net. Simons takes it out. Has pressure on, has the puck taken away. And now back down to the Hawks. Nice bringing it in. Nice block there by Bredimus. Simons sends it around the boards. Feeds the point. Intercepted there by Bredimus. Bredimus, 3-on-1 opportunity here. Goes to the center. Bredimus comes in, shot, and goal. Puck down for Oberhammer. Oberhammer hooked. Power play upcoming here for the Spartacats. Evan Steiner sends it up the boards. Touched there by the Hawks. So that'll be a power play for the Spartacats.
Here we go, Blue! Let's get one, power play!
Puck's back down. Getke sends it over to McCabe. McCabe through traffic. Tipped aside. Kept in there. Off the stick of Getke. Getke and the center fighting for repossession. Getke sends it up the boards. Tipped aside there. Oberhammer to Getke. Getke sends it back down. Gabe, 32 seconds left. Up for Broadsburg. That one sent back to the boards. Oberhammer sends it across to Getke. Getke pulls to the center, gets it to Broadsburg. Back for McCabe. 13 seconds left. Back up to Oberhammer. Oberhammer driving. Oberhammer sends it on net. That one tipped aside. 2 seconds. And that'll be the game. 6-1 for the final score.
Nice job, Spartacats!
We'll be back at 3:30 versus East Grand Forks Wave. 3:50, 3:30. It's like North Dakota, but not.
What is this? Yeah.
Selmego Abelville Co-op.
Why is it NWC?
Uh, something community. We'll be back this afternoon. Thanks for joining.